What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We're posting 4 videos every day, so make sure to check back every single day. We've just hit 20k subscribers, so thank you all so much. Let's get to 30. Check out all the links in the description. Thousands of dollars of free crypto down there, along with signals, COINCALLS, TA, alpha, and memes in our private Discord. Accessed by signing up to the Patreon. You can also sign up to our brand new Udemy course for serious investors, where we've just released our Basics of Technical Analysis course. Make sure to watch till the end for short and long-term price predictions. That's where the good stuff is. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. Pentagon Finance, a node project that came across our desk over the past few days, has been going relatively under the radar in terms of the node space over the past few weeks. Initially launching almost 3 weeks ago, the project boasts many of the impressive yields that many other larger projects have been offering, but has seen relatively little attention and has quietly been going about its business building and fleshing out its protocol and small community. This is a project that has similar yields to many of the larger node protocols such as Strong and Thor, but so far has been operating as a much smaller project so far. When we first saw this project, we immediately thought back to the time a week or so ago when we saw Universe node launch, and relatively little hype when Stealth launch happened, and quickly did well over 100x in the next few days, as this project seems to have all the components necessary to be successful, including being on the relatively undersaturated Polygon network. As we've seen recently, the overall cryptocurrency markets are going through a bit of a turbulent time recently, with the market overall down 50 to 60% from its all-time highs that we were seeing in early November last year. This has been due to a multitude of factors outside of cryptocurrency as far as we can tell, mostly with Bitcoin being led down by the stock market selling off, which has been caused by, as far as we can tell, fears over inflation, interest rate hikes, and general political and economic instability, which has been growing over the past 2 months or so. Because of this slump in the market, a lot of investors have been looking for potential ways to make more consistent gains, with the crypto markets being less than reliable at the best of times. This combination of factors has led to the emergence of a passive income movement as far as we can tell, and this node project explosion has seen hundreds of projects come and go, providing consistent yields for locking tokens into nodes, essentially giving investors more consistent gains to work with. Strongblock originated this idea a few years ago, and in the past year has absolutely exploded in popularity, and recently we've seen this passive income niche become very popular overall. The consistency of revenue seems to have created a microcosm of price action for just these node projects, as they seem relatively unaffected by the overall crypto market downturn and seem like a reasonable hedge against traditional crypto investing as a way to consistently grow gains over a period of time. This is where Pentagon Finance comes in, and is the next entry into this node space that we think could do extremely well. As we said before, we think it has all the components to be a popular project, and is currently at an extremely small size, despite being KYC'd, verified, and stealth launched 2 weeks ago now. We'll take a look at the project and its potential in this video, and give an overview of what the future could look like for Pentagon Finance. As we stated, node projects are a phenomenon that has become increasingly popular over the past few months, and with good reason, as early investors into many of these projects have made staggering gains in recent times, by either buying one node and compounding it to a huge amount, or by buying lots of nodes early on and selling their rewards ever since. We've seen these so-called whales that got into Strong virtually at launch and have since been doing exceptionally well. The compounding nature of the node culture is what is leading to so many participants in the market doing exceptionally well, because once users are happy, they can start taking their passive rewards and spinning them into more projects, which is essentially what's been happening recently. The compound effect of nodes can be absolutely staggering, essentially giving the liquidity to an investor needed to take advantage of many new opportunities in the market. This we believe is the main appeal of node projects, as well as a fairly consistent revenue to put investors' minds at ease in regards to an extra income stream whilst the market is very volatile overall. Many strong investors have spun their profits into Ring, Thor, Comb, Atlas, and more recently Red Lights District and Universe with massive success from what we've seen, leading to higher and higher yields across the board as these projects grow. Obviously some of them die, but for the most part it seems to be working out for most investors. As we said, this is where Pentagon Finance comes in as a Nodes as a Service project, or simply Node project, which gives yields to investors in the form of tokens for locking a set number of tokens into a node forever. Their protocol caught the eye immediately upon initial inspection as having a nice UI which sets itself apart from many node forks that we've seen in recent times, with a unique layout and some interesting mechanics that we'll go over in this video. The pentagram cult feel of the protocol is unique and interesting, and gives the project some charm and interest. The other interesting factor that caught our eye immediately is the fact that the protocol is on Polygon network, which is fairly vacant in general in terms of DeFi, and especially node projects. The vast majority of projects in this niche are currently launching on Avalanche, probably due to the high amount of DeFi liquidity on the chain in general, but we think that Pentagon Finance might have what it takes to attract investors to bridge over to Polygon, as there really isn't much competition on the chain compared to others. Pentagon Finance works much the same way as many other node projects, where you swap tokens for nodes that give you a set yield. If you were to swap Pent tokens for a node via their protocol, you'd receive a set yield based on one of the 3 tiers of Pent nodes that you can purchase in this way with tokens. There are 3 node levels, Lesser, Common and Legendary, that you can purchase outright with tokens, cost 1, 5 and 10 tokens respectively, and give 0.0125, 0.0718 and 0.1651 rewards each respectively as well. There is also an additional level of node, Omega, which can only be created by fusing together 10 legendary nodes, and the rewards for this node are around 2 tokens a day, giving the fastest ROI overall for capital upfront paid. When we saw this, we immediately considered the sustainability of the protocol, as in the beginning of the node craze, starting back in November-December, protocols were coming out with crazy reward emissions per node to encourage investors to get involved quickly, such as Ring Financial offering a 16-day ROI, or many other projects offering as quick as 10 days ROI, not including the price increase early investors saw on the massive pump of these projects got on launch. As we know, with projects with such huge rewards, very quickly this led to incredible sell pressure, and the projects either failed in the face of a token spiraling to zero, or had to decrease rewards significantly in order to cope with the huge amount of sell pressure, having so many nodes created and eventually led to down the road. In Pentagon Finance's instance, their emissions per node are very reasonable, and with a market cap still currently of around 200k overall, you'd have to consider this project that could see some significant growth if they see adoption anything like other node projects have seen in recent months. Their rewards are in a similar vein to Strong in terms of emissions, and Thor's recent rewards reduction for sustainability has also led them to falling in a very similar bracket, and these projects have market caps in the hundreds of millions each. When considering this, it seems obvious that if Pentagon could even get a sliver of similar adoption as these comparable projects, and continue to innovate and provide regular updates, it could see a dramatic increase in price from around the $40 that it currently sits at. We'd just like to mention at this point that since we wrote this script yesterday, Pentagon has already grown to over $100 per token, and most likely may see more adoption judging by its immaculate entry point now as more people find out about it. The market cap is currently around 200k and is still incredibly small, and may see further growth over the next few weeks as news begins to circulate. There's also recently been a bit of an epidemic in the node space in terms of scams and rug pulls, which have been damaging the community significantly as well. It's become such a large problem that many investors have begun only investing in and trusting projects that either have public teams or have at least had an audit or KYC in order to give a semblance of credibility to the project. This is where Pentagon comes in again with their KYC by AssuredFi, who've KYC'd many other top projects, which we think is a massive step towards legitimacy as well. As always on this channel, we like to bring awareness to potentially early but risky projects, and nothing that we research or provide information about on this channel is a recommendation of what to buy. Pentagon Finance is only a few weeks old and are currently for the most part untested in terms of a team and also longevity of the project. We provide this information and awareness so that our Maxi community can do their own research and decide whether they want to act for themselves. As we said, this project should be considered high risk, as DeFi projects with such small teams and market caps always are. A word of caution. The performance of Pentagon has been pretty explosive over the past few days. With the relative stealth of the launch and the project going under the radar, it had an initial pump just like most projects, but not with a massive amount of hype, and quickly sold off and stabilized in a certain price range. But recently it's been doing the rounds on social media and more investors have been finding out about it. And the price over the past 3 or 4 days has headed from around $20 to over $100 at the time of recording this video, which is an impressive move in itself. The crazy thing is, as we said before, is that we're not sure we've barely even begun to see the price movement we could see for this project if it fully delivers on what they're offering. We'll see how they perform over the next few weeks in terms of price action and project management of sell pressure once more nodes have been created. Overall, we've been fairly impressed with Pentagon Finance's team and the price action of this protocol overall. We don't see any reason why it can't continue to do well and perform similarly to other big projects, especially with their KYC and very sustainable reward models. We've personally invested an allocation into this project in regards to full transparency, and think it will likely do well over the next few months if it can deliver on the vision of a sustainable and innovating node protocol. That's it guys, we'd like to thank everyone so much for their support. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below and don't forget to subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon, to stay up to date with the 4 videos we post every single day. Make sure to join the Patreon or YouTube membership to support us, as well as getting a ton of benefits. Crypto maximalists will get access to daily signals, coin calls, alpha on new projects, 10x potential cryptos and insight into our own personal moves, while Maximalist Gold takes you beyond, giving you a look at our personal portfolio, super low cap gems, 100x potential portfolio, and constant access to us personally as a resource. We're constantly in the Discord posting daily and chatting with members, and we'll be hosting giveaways soon, so come and join a community rich with value and content. If you're serious about your education, you can also sign up to our newly launched Udemy course, which comes as standard with the Basics of Technical Analysis 10-part course, which details an overview of everything we do on this channel regarding chart theory, with examples and demonstrations. We'll also be adding multiple times per week to 2 other courses on our Udemy, which will be the Market Psychology and Strategies and Crypto Deep Dives and Ratings courses. These will be continuously updated into the future to provide value to the most dedicated in the community to knowledge and learning. We're getting continuous questions regarding technical analysis, particular cryptocurrencies, and for advice in certain market conditions, and you'll find the answers to these questions in the Udemy ongoing into the future. This community will be full of the highest quality individuals, and is going to be an extremely valuable place to be in our opinion. If you want to sign up, the link is in the description. Remember, you can also join the public section of the Discord too, where we post news, technical analysis, updates on the markets, larger cap gems, and the occasional meme. There's absolutely no reason not to get involved with all that value. Links are in the description for everything we've mentioned here. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.